Picture two guys. Both start on January 1st. Same goals, same starting point, same dreams. The first one posts on Instagram. New year, new me. He signs up for a gym membership, drops $200 on supplements, sets his alarm for 5 a.m., and swears to himself, this year, everything changes. 3 weeks later, snooze button, Netflix, fast food at midnight, back to square one. The other guy? On January 1st, he does one single push-up. No post, no protein shake. One. Single. Push-up. And 12 months later, his life is completely transformed. Sounds like bullshit? It's not, and that's exactly what this video is about. Today, I'm going to explain the 1% rule and why it's the most brutal and simultaneously the most liberating truth about discipline anyone will ever tell you. But fair warning, this is not a feel-good video. If you're looking for a magic shortcut, click away. If you're ready to be honest with yourself, stay. Let's start with the biggest lie the internet tells you every single day. You just need to be motivated enough. You know how it goes. You watch a video of David Goggins running through the desert in freezing temperatures while carrying steel chains. You feel that rush, that fire. You think, now I'm changing my life. And that feeling lasts what? 2 hours? Maybe a day? Here's the truth. The motivation industry doesn't want to tell you, because they can't make money off of it. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fleeting. Motivation is like a sugar rush. It gives you a quick spike, and then you crash. And if you build your entire system on motivation, you're building your house on sand. Think about it. Have you ever felt motivated to brush your teeth in the morning? No. You just do it. It's not a question of motivation. It's a system, a habit, a non-negotiable part of your day. And that's exactly where the key lies. The people who actually get results, and I'm not talking about the 30-day transformation crowd, I'm talking about people who change their lives permanently. They all have one thing in common. They stopped waiting for motivation. They built a system. And the best system I know is based on a simple mathematical truth. The 1% rule. Popularized by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits, but the principle is as old as mathematics itself. The idea is absurdly simple. Get 1% better every single day. Sounds like nothing, right? 1%. That's so little you wouldn't even notice it. And that's exactly the point. Let's do the math. If you get 1% better every day, just a tiny bit, after 1 year you're not 365% better. No. Because of the compound effect, you're 37.78 times better. Not 37%. 37 times. 1.01 to the power of 365 equals 37.78. And now the flip side, and this one is brutal. If you get just 1% worse every day, a little more careless, a little lazier, a few more excuses, after 1 year, you're at 0.03. You've lost 97% of everything you had. 0.99 to the power of 365 equals 0.03. Two curves. Same starting point. One goes up, the other falls into nothing. The difference? 2% per day. That's minutes. That's micro decisions. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. You choose one of these two curves every single day. Every single decision, whether you work out or don't, whether you read or scroll, whether you work on your project or lie on the couch, every one of these decisions is a vote for the person you're becoming. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. But, and this is crucial, the progress is invisible at the beginning. And that's exactly what makes most people quit. James Clear calls it the valley of disappointment. You work and work and work, and nothing seems to change. Your expectation is a straight line going up. Reality is a flat curve that crawls along the bottom forever and then suddenly explodes. Most people quit before the curve takes off. And you know who doesn't quit? Not the motivated ones, the disciplined ones. Okay, let's talk about discipline. And not the Hollywood version of discipline, the guy who wakes up at 4 a.m., takes an ice-cold shower, and then works 80 hours a week. That's not a role model for discipline. That's a burnout candidate. Real discipline is quiet. It's boring. It's unsexy. Real discipline is doing the right thing when the wrong thing feels better. It's when your alarm goes off and every fiber of your body screams, "No," and you get up anyway. Not because you're motivated, not because you feel like it, but because you made an agreement with yourself, and you're the kind of person who keeps their agreements. I want to introduce you to a concept that completely changed my thinking. It also comes from James Clear, and it's called identity-based habits. Most people set goals. I want to lose 20 pounds. That's outcome-oriented. The problem? As soon as the results don't show up or come too slowly, you quit. The better approach is this. Decide who you want to be and prove it to yourself with small actions. Instead of, "I want to lose weight," you say, "I'm someone who eats healthy." Instead of, "I want to write a book," you say, "I'm a writer. Writers write every day." Instead of, "I want to get fit," you say, "I'm an athlete. Athletes train." And now the 1% rule comes back into play. You don't have to do this perfectly. You just have to do it. Every day, a tiny little bit. A writer who writes 1 sentence a day is still a writer. An athlete who does 1 push-up is still an athlete. Sounds ridiculous? Maybe. But you know what's even more ridiculous? Quitting for the 4th time in a row on January 15th because your plan was too ambitious. Discipline doesn't mean giving 100% every day. Discipline means never giving 0%. That's the difference. On good days, you give 100%. On bad days, you give 20%, but you never give 0. That's the 1% rule in practice, and that's the secret the people at the top have figured out. Okay, the concept is clear. But why do so many people still fail? Because there are 4 enemies that sabotage you, and at least one of them lives inside your head. Guaranteed. Enemy number 1, comparison. You see someone on social media who's further ahead than you. Instantly you think, "What's the point? I'm so far behind." But here's what you're forgetting. You're comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. And you're only seeing the highlight reel, not the thousands of days in between where that person was exactly where you are right now. Your only comparison should be, am I better today than I was yesterday? Period. Enemy number 2, the all-or-nothing mentality. If I can't spend 2 hours at the gym, there's no point in going at all. If I already ate a pizza, the day is ruined anyway. Might as well have ice cream too. This is the most dangerous mindset of all, because it turns a stumble into a freefall. The 1% rule says a bad moment is not a bad day. A bad day is not a bad week. Just start again at the next moment. Never give 0%. Enemy number 3, the invisibility of progress. We talked about the valley of disappointment earlier, but I want to hammer this home because this is where most people break. You will have weeks, maybe months, where you feel like you're running in place. Your body isn't visibly changing. Your business isn't making money. Your book feels like garbage. And it's in exactly these moments that everything is decided. Because the progress is there. You just can't see it yet. It's like an ice cube. You heat it from 25 degrees to 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Nothing happens. Visibly, nothing happens. But at 32 degrees, suddenly everything melts. The breakthrough doesn't come despite the invisible work. It comes because of it. Enemy number 4. You. Your story. And this might be the worst one of all. At some point in your life, someone told you a story, or you told it to yourself, and you believed it. I'm just not a disciplined person. Nobody in my family is athletic. I'm not the type to wake up early. I just don't have any willpower. These stories are not facts. They're thinking habits. And just like any other habit, you can change them. 1 push-up at a time, 1% at a time. Every small action is evidence against the old story and a building block for the new one. Okay, enough theory. Here's your concrete action plan. 5 steps you can implement today. Today. Step 1. Choose one thing. Not 5. Not 10. 1. What is the one habit that, if you mastered it, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? Step 2. Make it ridiculously small. So small you can't say no. Want to read? 1 page? Want to meditate? 1 breath. Want to work out? 1 push-up. This isn't a joke. This is science. You build the habit first, then the intensity. Step 3. Stack it onto something you already do. After I brush my teeth, I do 1 push-up. After my coffee, I read 1 page. This is called habit stacking, and it works because your brain loves associations. Step 4. Track it visibly. Hang a calendar on your wall. Put an X on every day you show up. Your only goal: don't break the chain. No X is too small as long as you did something. Step 5. Forgive yourself fast. You will have days where you forget or fail. That's human. The rule is, never miss twice in a row. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new bad habit. I know this video didn't reveal some magic secret. There is no magic secret. And that's exactly the brutal truth. The path to success is boring. It's repetitive. It's unsexy. It's the same action, over and over and over again, on days when nobody's watching and nobody's clapping. But here's the other side of that truth, and this one is beautiful. If the path is so simple that it sounds boring, that means anyone can walk it, including you. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect day. You just need the willingness to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. Remember the 2 guys from the beginning? One started big and quit fast. The other started small and never stopped. Be the second guy. And start today. Not tomorrow. Not on Monday. Not on January 1st. Today. If this video helped you, leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as your first small commitment. Your first 1% for today. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And write in the comments, what is the one habit you're going to do every single day, starting today? I read every single comment, and I'll hold you accountable. See you in the next one.